Happy snow day, boys and girls. Were you surprised this morning when you got up and there was snow on the ground? I sure was. I don't know if we can see the snow here, especially some on the step there. But I was very surprised to see snow. All right, boys and girls, our story today is going to be about a lost lamb. And a shepherd took very good care of his lamb. So Jesus is going to tell this story to the moms and dads and boys and girls and old and young that were around him in order to teach them a lesson. So the story goes, once there was a shepherd who took care of his sheep. He had 100 sheep to take care of, and each of his sheep had a name. And when the shepherd talked to them, he would call them by name. Maybe he had George and Fred and Henrietta and Gertrude. I don't really know. Those don't really sound like Bible names, do they? But he had a special name for each one of his sheep. And every morning, the shepherd took his sheep to the pasture. That would be like a field or someplace where there's nice green grass. And he would find some cool, still water for them to drink. Sheep are very skitterish animals. That means they're scared easily. So if he took them to some place where the water was rushing really fast, that would scare them and they would run away instead of stopping to get a nice drink of water. It had to be someplace that was very still. The shepherd would also check the area to make sure there was no wild animals like lions or maybe coyotes or wolves or some other kind of wild animal that would be in their area. He wanted to make sure that the area was safe for them to eat and drink and rest. It sounds like a pretty good shepherd to me. Good. He would also make sure the path was wide enough for the sheep to walk on so they wouldn't fall down a mountainside. Now, sheep can't see very far ahead of them, so the shepherd would just show them where to go. And he would make sure it was safe, that they wouldn't get caught in bushes. And he would use his rod and his staff to protect his sheep against wild animals. And the shepherd was always watching around him to make sure the area was good for his sheep, so nothing bad would happen to them. Do you remember how many sheep he had? Yeah, 100 sheep. And the shepherd loved his sheep very much. Well, one day, one of his little lambs did not obey. Okay, so one of the little lambs started to wander off by himself, and little by little he moved away from his mother, and little by little he moved away from the shepherd, and pretty soon he was running around, having the best time, just clippity-clap, just walking around, and the little lamb starts to look around. Oh, where's my mother? And then he looks around. Oh no, where's the shepherd? And the little lamb starts to get scared because all that time that he was having a good time and wandering off, sometimes I know that when there's a wild animal that walks by our window at school, you look. Oh, there's a squirrel. There's a cat. There's a bird. Well, we're kind of like that sheep, and we see those things and we look astray. We look this way and that way, and pretty soon we're not doing what we're supposed to do. And that was what was happening to this little lamb. This little lamb was lost. How many of you have ever been lost? Either at the store or maybe you're at the park and you don't see your mom right away? Me, I've gotten lost when I was a little kid. I remember getting separated from my mom in the store, and that was really scary. So I know how this little lamb feels. Well, back to the shepherd. Remember, he's got the other sheep with him. Do you know how many sheep he has with him? If there were 100 and one has wandered away, do you know what the number is before 100? 99. Now, usually when the shepherd is counting his sheep, he's going to start 1, 2, 3, and he's going to get all the way to 100 to get his sheep back into the sheepfold, which would be like a fenced-in area or corral. But when he counted the sheep this time, did he have 100? No, there was only 99. Now the shepherd didn't say, Oh, well, at least I have 99. I'll just let the other one get lost. No, he was worried about his little sheep. He left all of his 99 sheep in the sheepfold and he started to go look for his little lost sheep. He said, I must find my little lost lamb. And up the path he went back to the fields, calling the little lost lamb, little lamb, little lamb. But the lamb was not there. The shepherd's feet slipped and slid over the rocks along the path. Sharp thorns stuck him as he brushed against the bushes. Little lamb, little lamb! Suddenly the shepherd heard something. Bah! Bah! Oh, little lamb, he called out again. Bah! Here I am, shepherd, here I am. I'm stuck in a thorn bush. Oh, little lamb, I have found you, said the shepherd. Don't cry, he said as he bent over a huge rock and he saw his little lost lamb stuck in a thorn bush. I am here. You are safe now. How happy the little lamb was. He had been lost, but now he was found. The shepherd had found him. He was so happy that the shepherd loved him enough to come and find him. Well, the shepherd said, we are going home, as he patted the little lamb. Well, when they got home, you recognize this picture? When they got home, the shepherd checked the little lamb that had been lost. The little lamb had scratches all over him, and so the shepherd put oil on the little lamb's sores. He cleaned the thorns out and sticks out of his wool. He gave him a drink of water and held him close until he went to sleep. As the little lamb lay in the shepherd's arms, he said to himself, I will obey my shepherd from now on. Now, who does the shepherd in this story remind you of? Right, Jesus. Did you recognize this picture from one of our verses? The Lord is my shepherd. Remember that verse? Yes. So, who do you think the lamb is like, though? You know, the lamb is like people, like us people. Okay, we don't always do what we're supposed to do, and we wander away. There's even people that don't love Jesus. But guess what? He goes after them too. And it says that when they come to Jesus and when we doing what's right, that the angels in heaven rejoice over that one person who was doing their own thing and making wrong decisions and going astray and getting lost. When they come back to Jesus, the angels in heaven rejoice over that one person. Even though there's lots and lots of us who are doing the right thing, and who are obeying, God still wants everybody to come to him. And so that is something that we can remember, that even though we might make wrong decisions and we don't always do what's right, Jesus still loves us and he wants us to come back to him and to do the right thing and start all over. And so we can be making right decisions and asking God to help us to make those right decisions. Even grown-ups have to do that. Okay, so good listening today. I hope you are enjoying your snow day in April. All right. I love you, boys and girls. Bye-bye.